All right, do we have anybody on right now? It's showing me nobody connected. If there's anybody there, just type here or yes. Hey, good morning, how are ya? Seeing one connected so far. Just give me a good morning, give me a hello if you can type on there. We're gonna give a minute or so for some more to connect here. But welcome to my weekly chair-based workout. Very good for active recovery if you've got sore, tired muscles. Also very good for anybody who's got maybe a limitation in balance, in stability, a limitation in mobility. Maybe you can't move around quite as well as you used to. Maybe you're recovering from something. Maybe you've got a limitation in strength. So this workout is really good for anybody who fits those categories. And like I said, it's a really good active recovery. So if you've been following along with my other virtual workouts this week, and maybe your muscles are a little sore, a little stiff, this is a really great workout to follow along with today, just to get loosened up, to get those muscles warm, to get everything flowing. And I guarantee if you follow along today, you're going to feel refreshed, you're going to feel a little more open, a little more loose, and a little more mobile, I think. So we'll give it maybe about 30 or 45 more seconds to see if anybody else jumps on. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. As always, we're going to start with a warm-up. Just some simple exercises right here in the chair to get everything loosened up, to get you prepared for a little bit more involved work. We're going to go from that warm-up into a seated main set of exercises. So a few exercises that are a little bit more intense here in the chair. Then we're going to move into some standing exercises out of the chair, back into some seated exercises in the chair, and then a cool down, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of breathing right here in the chair. So a lot of chair work, a little bit of work up out of the chair, following the same format as my 3 previous virtual chair workouts have followed. So looks like we've got all the people that we're going to have today. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to adjust my notes sheet so I can see it a little bit better, and maybe it would help if I had my eyes on, right? So we're going to start with a little mountain climber feat. And for this, I'm going to have you, and let me refocus this just so you can see what my feet are doing. We're going to start with feet in here. We're going to reach out and put one heel on the floor and switch and put the other heel on the floor. So we're alternating, picking those legs up. And I want you to feel some tension right through here as you do that switch. Now, if picking both feet up off the floor at the same time is problematic for you, then go in and out, always keeping at least one foot on the floor. That's going to reduce the intensity of this exercise, and it shouldn't feel super intense. It should feel very approachable, because this is a warm-up exercise. This should not be a real hard effort exercise. So we're just going to do a few more of those. Once again, just like I mentioned, always, I'm sitting with my back away from the back of the chair. I've got a nice tall posture. If you need a little stability with this exercise, you can put your hands down on the sides. 2 and 1. And now we're going to roll the shoulders, but we're going to roll alternating sides. So right side, left side. Imagine you're a swimmer doing the backstroke. And when you notice when they do that, they really reach to get that good pull. We're not reaching up overhead with the hands today, not for this exercise anyway. But I want you to imagine that alternating shoulder lift and roll back. As you do that, really imagine what your shoulder blade is doing there. Feel those muscles around that shoulder blade. Feel that shoulder rise up toward your ear, pull back and drop down. Think about those muscles that are working. Let's go one more with each side. Really think about the muscles that are working. That's going to help you get really connected to your body. A lot of times I find when I work with people, they just have this disconnection between their mind and their body. And the more you can cultivate that awareness of what your body's doing, the more satisfied you're going to be with your exercise, the more satisfied you're going to be with your body, the better body image you're going to have, the more you can feel that connection. Okay, we're going to go into a seated ankle loosener, and again, I'm gonna move down here so you can see what I'm doing. Just gonna let's just do 1 foot at a time. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and I'm trying to touch my heel and my toe on that same spot, just to get that ankle flexing and extending. So if you want to go a little science, blah, blah, and let's switch sides, heel, toe, toe. If you want to get a little science, blah, 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 the act of lifting your toe up like this is called dorsiflexion. The act of pushing your toe down like this is called plantar flexion. So we're going to dorsiflex, plantar flex, dorsiflex, plantar flex, dorsiflex, plantar flex. 2 and 1. Great. I'm just going to roll those ankles side to side a little bit, loosening them up all around, really loosening those ankles in all directions. Okay, I'm going to move back up here so I can see your lovely faces. Good morning. And we're just gonna turn and look from side to side. Somebody's called your name. You're gonna look back over your shoulder and return. Now notice I've got my hands right here. And as I do that turn, I'm giving a little gentle push so I can extend a little farther. Now, if you've got a spinal fusion or a fusion in the neck, you may not be able to get that rotation. Do what you are able to do. Work within your limitations. If you've got maybe a herniated disc, this might not feel good for you. Work within your limitations. If it hurts, don't do it. But just imagining somebody is just off to the back of your shoulder. They're calling your name. Maybe it's one of your kids. And you're like, what now? That's my house. Mom. Dad, where's mom? Let's go 1 more each side. Nice. Moving into lifting suitcases. So I want you to imagine there are suitcases down on the floor. We're going to reach down. We're going to lift those suitcases up, and we're going to put them right back down. Lift the suitcases up off the floor and put them right back down. Just really working on flexing through the shoulders. Feel up through called the trapezius muscles, through the upper back, right along the neckline. That act of leaning forward and leaning back, you're working some of those muscles in the low back to mid back. Let's go 2 more. 2 and 1. Great. Wiggle it out just a little bit. Okay. So we're going to move into 3 exercises seated here in the chair. Again, I'm a little bit more middle or forward of the chair, so my back is not connected to the back of the chair. Got nice tall posture so I can breathe well. We're gonna start by pulling the hands back here, so the elbow is tucked back and the hands are right in front of the shoulders, and then lift overhead, right back down and lower. From the side, it looks like this. I'm gonna pull back and row, overhead, back down and lower. Pull back here, overhead, pull back here, and lower. As you do that pull back in this stage of the exercise, I want you to feel those upper back muscles really squeeze. Feel those shoulder blades draw together. There and down. One more here, and down. Great. With your right hand, we're going to reach across to the left hip, touch your left hip, touch your right shoulder. Left hip, right shoulder. Getting some rotation through the torso, flexion through the elbow. Getting that bicep flexing here. Loosening the elbow up. If you're really tight through the triceps, you might think your triceps are working because you'll feel that little bit of a stretch there in the triceps. One more. And then other side. Hip, shoulder, hip, shoulder. This is actually a sign in sign language. Sign for captain, somebody who's in charge. One more here. Great. Now I'm going to focus this down so you can see what my feet are doing. We're going to do a crossover jack. We're going to crossover out to the side, crossover out to the side, crossover out, crossover out. I've got my hands here on the sides of the chairs just to brace myself. Really engage through that midsection. Feel those abdominals work as you pick both feet up off of the floor. Now, if picking both feet up off the floor is a problem for you, always keep one foot on the floor then. So very easy to modify that as you need to. I'm going to continue to do that crossover jack. We're going to do one more cross and back. Great. Right back up there. Hey, how you doing? All right, moving back into pull back, overhead, pull back, and down. Not going fast on this. We're controlling those motions, getting that mind-body connection going, thinking about the muscles that are working. Upper back, shoulder blades, the backs of the shoulders. Tuck back, down, two more. One last one. And down, great. Next one was hip to shoulder. We're gonna reach across and touch the hip, touch the shoulder, touch the hip, touch the shoulder. If you're a little tight and sore through the obliques, these muscles here, you might feel this exercise here. It's going to really get those obliques stretched out. That low back is working to stretch. That rotation through the torso, through the waist. One more there. Nice, and then the opposite side. Really reach across if you can. If all you can do is touch here and there, that's fine. Try to get some of that rotation through the waist, through the torso if you can. One more here. Fantastic. All right, into those crossover jacks in the chair. Cross in front, out to the sides. Cross in front, out to the sides. Keeping hands down on the chair to help your balance. If you're really awesome and fantastic and want to do this, if you're one of my more advanced exercisers, great, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to keep my hands in the chair and my nice tall posture and my abs engaged. Two more, 2, and 1. Right on. All right. We're going to move into our standing main set of exercises. I'm going to grab a sip of water. You should have some water too there. Water, really important. Of course, you need it to live. But you're going to get thirsty doing stuff like this. Even if you're a more advanced exerciser, you might find yourself feeling thirsty during a workout. It's important to drink. It's called ad libitum, according to your thirst. Adjusting just a little bit so I can make sure that my head stays in the shot here. And I'm going to move back. Here we go. Hands here, supported on the back of the chair, lifting out to the side, back, down. Side, back, down. As you do this, what I want you to focus on is keeping that toe pointed toward me, pointed toward the screen, not pointed out to the side like that, but pointed as forward as you can keep it. Get that side of the hip working. 2 more here. 2 and 1. Great. If you're one of my more advanced exercisers and you want to do this without any support or maybe with just fingertip support, great. Even just the act of putting a few fingertips on a support point can really tell your brain, hey, we're balanced, we're doing okay. So if balance is something you struggle with, 2 more here. If balance is something you struggle with, that's a good little tip for you, is just maybe these 3 fingers on a support point can really center your mind, get your brain thinking, hey, we're balanced. And then your body's working on balance while your brain thinks you're doing okay. Okay, so we're going to do really wide stance. And this time, toes pointed out. You see how they're pointed out away from me as much as possible? We're going to do a plie and back up. Just lowering nice and easy. Keeping that posture nice and tall. Lowering down slow and coming back up. Just a slight bend through the knees. Real wide stance. You're going to feel this with the insides of the thighs. You're going to feel those hips really open up. If you're one of my more advanced exercises and you want to do this without the chair, that's fine. Fingertips also a good option. So 1 more here. Great. Supported on the chair. You can face toward me here. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. I'm just going to kick this foot back behind you and return. Kick back behind and return. Now I'm not swinging yet. I'm lifting that heel back behind me. Trying to get that heel back as far as possible without too much lean forward there. I'm not going to artificially increase that range of motion by trying to lean forward. I'm just going to go with what I've got for my own body's range of motion. 2 and 1. Great. Without trying to increase it by doing this, because that doesn't work the muscles I want you to work. I want you to feel right back through here as you lift that heel back. And if you lean forward into this too much, you're not going to feel that glute right here work to get that heel lifted back behind you. That's really what I want for you in this exercise, is for that glute to really kick in. Let's try 2 more here. 2 and 1. Not a swing, but a lift. Okay, so that was our 3 chair standing exercises. Wiggle it out if you need to. Get a quick sip of water if you need to. We're going to do those 2 exercises once more through, and then we're going to come back around into the chair. First one was that supported side leg raise, really working mostly through the side of the hip. Now again, if you want to work those muscles, you want to keep that toe pointed forward. Turning that toe out almost turns those muscles off a little bit. You're not going to feel them the way I want you to feel them. 2 more here. 2 and 1. But boy, it's harder that way. Yeah, I know it is. I know. Other side, toe pointing forward. We're doing it the challenging way, not the easy cheater way. Two more. 2 and 1. Nice. Good control in both directions. Second exercise. Wide stance. Turn those toes out to the sides like clown feet. And we're going to plie and back up. Plie and back up. Holding on here for support. If you feel great, you can go a couple of fingertips on that chair. If you feel like you're in advanced exercise and you don't need that, great. Let's go 2 more. 2 and 1. Fantastic. You can keep facing toward me if you'd like to. Otherwise, you can turn to the side like I'm doing. Either way really works. I'm going to kick back and return. Not swinging to the leg, but a controlled back and forth. Feel that big muscle, your sit muscle. Squeeze as you lift that heel back behind you. Two more. Next, I'm going to switch sides. Again, you can face forward toward me if you like, or you can face to the side of the chair, whichever you prefer. If you're a more advanced exerciser and feel like you've got the balance to do this without holding on, you go for it. This is your workout. If you feel like you need a little balance help, there's nothing wrong with that. Most people I've seen could use some more balance work. Two more. 2, feel that glute squeeze, and last 1. Great. We're going to come back around to the front of the chair and sit down. A little sip of water. We're going through our second seated set of main exercises. So this is round 3 of our main sets. We're going to start with my fingers interlaced, just like I've got here. Got a little water down my throat. Start in front of your forehead here, like, oh, I'm trying to block the sun out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll around back to the back of my head, and then roll back around to the front. Roll around to the back, roll around to the front. Trying to keep my hands just an inch or 2 from my head. If you've got a really big hairstyle, this might not work very well. You might have to keep it a little bit farther away. I have kind of a tight hairstyle. Notice how my elbows stay up high as I do this, and I'm going to reverse direction, developing that mind-body connection, being able to reverse direction that way. Feel those shoulders working, feel that upper back. One more. Great. Hands together, pressing like you've got a bug in between your hands and you're going to squash that bug. So I'm really pushing my hands together hard, slide it overhead with that push together, back, down, push together, overhead, push together, back down, push together. Keeping those elbows out in front, push together, back down, push together. Nice tall posture. Just up as far as your range of motion allows you to go. If you can get way up high, great, but I don't want you leaning back to make that happen. I want you to just reach up as far as you can go while keeping Good posture. One more here. Press together, overhead, back down. Keeping those palms together. Are you noticing a theme with this circuit of exercises here? Palms together. We're going to rotate down to the side, up over the shoulder. Down to the side, up over the shoulder. Chopping. Chopping wood, if that's your thing. One more here. Nice. Same thing, other side. We're going to come down along the hip, back up over the shoulder. Hip, shoulder. Two more here, working that rotation. You might feel the obliques, you might feel some muscles through the back kick in on that. You'll definitely feel the shoulders. There's a lot of shoulder work in this circuit, but this is targeted strength work, all chair-based, so I would expect you to feel those shoulders. We're really intentionally working those shoulders kind of hard here. Let's go again, fingers interlaced. We're going to do that halo crown around the head. Keeping it smooth and even, keeping those elbows up high, not letting the elbows tuck in, out wide. And just drawing a circle right around the crown of the head. This gets through the wrists, through the elbows, through the shoulders. One more circle, and then we're going to reverse direction. Nice and smooth, not too fast. One more circle here. There we go, and great. And de-interlace those fingers. We're gonna go palms together, elbows out in front. Give it a squeeze, overhead, back, down. Feel those arms and hands squeeze together as you reach up front. Two more here. Two. And one. Fantastic. Last one, keeping the palms together. We're gonna swing down to the side, up over the shoulder. Down, up. Good. If you can rotate through that waist, that torso, great. Otherwise, work with what you've got. One more here. Nice. Other side, down low, up to the shoulder. Don't have to squeeze together here. Just keep those palms connected. One more, down and up. And that was the end of our seated main set number 3. We're going to work into a little bit of a cool down, a little bit of a stretch, and then we'll call that a Friday. Okay, so again, nice tall posture, away from the back of the chair. You're going to shrug, breathe in, and relax. Shrug the shoulders up, breathe in, and let it out and relax. Breathe in the flowers, smell the flowers, blow out the candles. One more. The shoulders really relax down. Feel that tension from the rise come out as you release and let those shoulders relax down. Just go to a little twist from side to side. Turn. Nice and easy. Turn. Little pressure on the outside of the thigh there, just to assist with that rotational motion. One more. Fantastic. Stretch and yawn. I really love doing this at the end of the workout. It helps you get everything really opened up. Down low and high. Stretch. Yawn. One more time with the other side. I feel pretty good. I went up for a little run before my workout today, before this today. So this is a really great compliment to my run. And I hope for you today as well, this is a great compliment to your day. If you're just getting started with your day, I hope this is a great start. If you're watching this on the replay, and maybe you're doing it a little bit later, your day's been going great. And if you're joining me because maybe this is a great active recovery workout and you want to loosen up those sore muscles, I hope that's what you got out of today's workout. We'll do this again next week, Friday, chair-based workout. Watch for an announcement on Facebook or watch for our event calendar on our webpage. And for my website, to get to my calendar, you can go to www.roysmalley.us. And there you can actually see a list of upcoming classes. You can log on and you can book a class right there from our website. All of them are free right now during the COVID-19 situation. So feel free to go on and make use of the resources that are there. I look forward to seeing you next Friday. Hope you have a great day. Bye.